Good morning. Welcome to today's Quest Bite. Hope you're having a happy Monday today. It's Magic Monday. Today we're going to be making outrageous ooze, and if you do not know what that is, then you're in the right spot. We are going to be talking about that and explaining what the heck is going on with that stuff. But first, we need to play Spot the Quapple. I will put 30 seconds on the clock for you to try and find it. You may be thinking, what does ketchup have to do with outrageous ooze? But I will explain that. You just have to stick around. Thought it was a great picture for Spot the Quapple, though. Since our Quapple, of course, is the education logo in your bottom left corner, it's red. 10 seconds left. We're able to find it in this. About 5 seconds. Let me know if you found it. Since our Quapple, of course, is the education logo in your bottom left corner. Good morning, Debbie. Oh, time is up. Here is the answer. Did you find it on that second bottle of ketchup? If you didn't, that's okay. We'll play tomorrow. Just make sure you're here right at 9:30 so you have enough time to spot the Quapple. So what are you going to need to make outrageous ooze today? Not ketchup, but we'll explain. You need a cup of cornstarch, a half cup of water, a large bowl or pan, and food coloring if you'd like to change the color of your outrageous ooze. And if you've made this before, then you know that something weird is happening with it, that it doesn't quite know what it's supposed to be doing. Is it a solid or is it a liquid? Well, we are going to explain that. Let's see, why is my ooze acting like that? So your ooze is made up of tiny solid particles of cornstarch suspended in water. Chemists call this type of mixture a colloid. When you apply pressure quickly, the ooze freezes in place, acting like a solid. But if you open your hand, the ooze runs through your fingers, through it slowly becomes a liquid. That's because you're applying a sideways shearing force to the water. In response, the water moves out of the way. That behavior relates to its viscosity or resistance to flow. Water's viscosity doesn't change when you apply that pressure, but the viscosity of the ooze does. Good morning, Hilliard kids. I see you're watching too. Full disclosure here, I did dye my hands blue doing this, so I didn't have a parent helping me. If you make this today, make sure your parent helps you so that you don't have different colored hands and you don't make a mess. So to understand this reaction a little better, see how I'm hitting it and it's just like a solid wall? Crazy. In the 1700s, Isaac Newton said that an ideal liquid has the properties that he identifies. They're called Newtonian fluids. That's a very basic description of that. You can explain that a lot better, but since your ooze doesn't act like Newton's ideal fluid, it's a non-Newtonian fluid. There are many non-Newtonian fluids. They don't all act like ooze, but they're weird in their own way. Ketchup, like you saw in the Spot of the Quapple, is a non-Newtonian fluid. Scientists say the best way to get the ketchup to the opening of the bottle is to place it upside down and wait instead of tapping at the end of the bottle. Because you're applying so much force to it, it's not going to move as well. So try that next time you want some ketchup on your fries or your burgers. Quicksand is also a non-Newtonian fluid like your ooze, and it does act like the ooze. So the slower you move through it, the easier it is to get out if you're ever stuck in quicksand. Like my finger, when I was poking it, the ooze really fast, it was hard, but when I let my finger sink down and tried to pull it back out, it got kind of stuck in there because I was moving too fast. I hope you learned something today about this crazy ooze. We'll put the instructions in the comments so that you can try this at home today. Of course, again, make sure your parent helps you. I'll put this in the comments for you. And let us know if you make it. I want to know what color you want your ooze to be. I picked Quest Blue. You can choose any colors you have. It could still be white. You could use white. It could be like magic snow ooze. So join us tomorrow, though, because we are going to be making color-changing milk to understand fats and proteins, and it's going to be an explosion of color that you will not want to miss. Until next time, continue onward with your quest for knowledge, and thanks for watching.